The week is off to a very, I would even say a great start. We're sitting at 448 as I begin the program today. But I do feel that this needs to be said yet again. I'm saying it a different way, of course, but there is no other entrepreneur like Elon Musk. He is more of a freak than Otani. He's kind of like Otani in that he has multiple skill sets that are at the top of any chart. His skill sets and principled determination, this is key to solve problems and build massive industries. It's unparalleled. There's nothing like it, maybe in history. In that he is mission driven, the stock doesn't act like a normal stock. It is much more forward looking than most. And while we in the community we will lay claim to the fact that it is massively undervalued. I mean, massively undervalued. I would say it's worth $3,000 a share right now. You have to believe in the narrative in order to see it. Thus, the stock trades at crazy multiples for a company of this size. Massive. There's a huge amount of value that is Elon Musk bets. That's the top one. That's the main reason why it trades for the multiple. And then you get to Optimus and Robotaxi. When Elon and the team deliver, I didn't say if, I said when Elon and the team deliver Robotaxi and Optimus, and it should be obvious to everybody by now that, I mean, anybody that's paying attention to the cares, that Robotaxi is going to be a thing within weeks, and that Optimus is going to be a thing within months. The numbers will be like NVIDIA on steroids. And while it's easy to point to old school street traders who don't get it, the stock price does reflect that there are millions who do get it. All right, that's my little tirade this morning. Tesla Roddy has this morning. Dan Ives is at it again. He's got a new note out today with some Model Y refreshes. With some Model Y refreshes, we expect generally positive commentary around more stable demand into the year end, although the EV tax credit ending in the US does have some problems and, of course, continuing sluggish demand in Europe. That said, the Tesla story going forward is around the AI transformation being led by autonomous and robotaxi initiatives. A major focus on the conference call will be the robotaxi rollout across the US. Volume production trajectory for Cybercabs, Optimus in 2026, and the timing of any new models set to hit the road early next year. I don't know about the timing of new models for next year. I think, yeah, it has an impact. Another key focus for Tesla investors is the upcoming shareholder meeting on November 6th, in which we expect shareholders to approve Musk's potential multi-trillion-dollar pay package. He says $1 trillion pay package, but it's really a multi-trillion-dollar pay package. And importantly, lay the groundwork for a major investment in xAI that is a key ingredient in Tesla's broader AI initiatives. I think that the decision for us to invest in xAI will not move the stock. The fact that they make it possible, the shareholders vote that way, I hope. It's a nice thing. I just think it's kind of a cool thing. It's like, icing on the cake. The earnings guidance on Wednesday, the guidances that we get on Wednesday are clearly important, but take a back seat to the broader and important AI initiatives at Tesla. We continue to strongly believe the most important chapter in Tesla's growth story is now beginning with the AI era now here. Starts with autonomous and then robotics, and believe the same thing. And we believe the autonomous valuation is worth 1 trillion alone to the Tesla story over the next few years that will start to get unlocked. This quarter, the street is looking for total revenues of about 26 billion, with autonomous revenue at 19 billion. With automotive, the automotive portion of that 19 billion, which we believe is achievable given the strength across the lines. The gross margins are expected to show further improvement this quarter, and the EPS is expected to come in at 53, 54, 55, depends on who you're paying attention to, cents, with a stronger impact from its energy division, which carries a higher margin profile versus its EV business. He thinks it'll be a beat. While previously a headwind, China remains a source of strength, with the Model Y spurring incremental demand in the region with the new Model YL. And despite the tariff war playing out and changing daily, we believe that Tesla's massive presence in China is a relatively good sign for Musk and company, as Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory produces a significant amount of global vehicles, while rare earth minerals remain a crucial component for multiple products within the Tesla ecosystem, even including Optimus. We continue to believe Tesla could reach a $2 trillion market cap early 2026. In a bull case, that's $600 a share, and a $3 trillion by the end of 2026. That would be $900 a share as full-scale volume production begins and the autonomous and robotics roadmap starts. We maintain our outperform rating and $600 price target. Then Dan Levy comes in. This is tip ranks. He says the average percentage change over these 20 quarters, is 2.36. This indicates a modest average gain 1 week after. No, this is not Barclays. This is me. This is me talking to Grok. So people are saying today, oh, the stock always goes down after earnings. So I asked Grok, I said, well, give me the last 20 quarters. If you want to see the details, maybe I'll put them up on X. The average percentage change over the last 20 quarters is 2.36 up. Now that's a week later. So, I didn't ask him what happens that day or the next morning or whatever. No, what matters, I mean, sure, you might be trading, try to trade into the call and, find some way to make money. And I've done it. Okay. So this indicates a modest average gain 1 week later after earnings. The individual quarter shows significant variability, though, from a negative 14.86 to a positive 26.68 1 week later. Is that crazy? A negative almost 15% to a positive almost 27% a week after earnings. Heading into the print, now we can talk about Levy over at Barclays. This is from Tip Ranks. Levi, is he Levi or Levy? Anyway, Levy is leaning neutral to slightly negative. Amid the recent rally, the analyst thinks the deliveries beat and anticipated strong Q3 results are largely already reflected in the share price, especially after this morning's run-up, but it'll keep going up. So any mention of weaker near or midterm fundamentals beyond the third quarter could weigh on the stock. That said, any weakness might be short-lived, as we could subsequently see, there we go. Man, subsequently see my eyes. Did I not put this at the right size or something this morning? Is this got a problem? Oh my goodness, now I made it even worse. So I'm so sorry. Let's see here. Where's Levy's final words here? Bottom line. Oh, that said, any weakness might be short-lived, as we can subsequently see further excitement building around the call on November 6th. We're expected to see key event reinforcing Tesla's future, including a lot of Optimus, I think. Bottom line, Levy he's staying on the sidelines, recommending equal weight. He's raising his price target from 275 to 350 while we're sitting at 448 or whatever this morning. Still, the figures sit 20% below the current share price. Levy, that was before they went up so much today. Levy's thesis tracks with the General Street view. The stock claims a hold consensus rating based on a mix of 16 buys, 13 holds, and 10 sells. Meanwhile, 366 is the average out there. Business Insider. Now Tesla is 2.4% of the S&P 500. Not enough for index funds to swing the vote. And I believe that Elon's new package will win decisively. This is from Cathie Wood. In a post on X Sunday night, the ARK Invest founder and longtime Tesla bull said she expects Musk's compensation plan to win decisively, despite opposition from influential proxy advisor firms and index funds that she said dominate institutional investing. When shareholders first voted on Elon Musk's pay package, Tesla was not in any index, and the pay package won decisively. Isn't it sad? Isn't it damning that institutional shareholders rely on these proxy firms and tell them how they should vote? It is ridiculous. Index funds do no substantial research, yet dominate institutional voting. Index-based investing is a form of socialism. Our investment system is broken. Musk quickly backed up her opinion on X, replying, absolutely, to her post. She previously called the Delaware court's move to strike down Musk's 2018 pay package as un-American and urged the appeals court to do the right thing. Retail investors are likely to dominate the vote once again, she wrote. America. All right. Version 14.1.3 was not released last night to the early adopters. It was only released to employees. So I was incorrect on that. The rumors had it the other way. All right. This is Randy Kirk, by the way. I produced a video over the weekend that was intended to take a very hard look at all the bubbles in assets that we're seeing. And the question I asked was, can they be sustained? And I will put up that card in just a minute for you to go back and check it out. This morning, the only asset class that's going lower is oil, and the VIX is back under 40. So I guess I was right about my conclusions. Anyway, at least for a few hours. Peter Diamandis says this morning, when Harvard and Stanford students admit that their AI classes are outdated, you know the system is broken. The degree flex is losing its power. The ones teaching themselves will be the ones who lead the pack, according to Peter. All right, this morning we got the leading economic indicators. If you haven't seen, Truflation is doing an amazing job now. Listen to this now. They got the U.S., the headline number is they got 5 different ways of looking at it now. So the headline number is a 2.28. Goods number is 2.35. The core is at 2.17, which is lower than the headline number, unusual. Services at 2.22 and the PCE at 2.4. So whatever happens on Friday with the CPI, I think these guys have it right because I think that this is a wiser way, a smarter way to take a look at inflation. And look how they're all together, right around 2.2, 2.3. And remember, according to Chair Powell, that includes 0.4 for the tariffs. Take that out, you're under 2%. The President of the United States is sitting at 48% approval rating this morning. And now let's go ahead and take a look at all the numbers. Let's start with Tesla. It has come off of that 448. We're now at 445. That's up 1.32. The Dow is up 0.62. NASDAQ is up 1.13. Look at that. S&P is up 0.83, which is strong. Still not over the all-time high, though. We're sitting at 67.19, and I think the all-time high was 67.40. Well, let's look just to be sure. That's not that hard. 67.64. 67.64. So we're getting really close here. We're within a fraction of a percent. We've got Apple up strongly this morning, 2.61. We got the rest of the Mag 7 is up. And as I mentioned, the VIX is now at 19.13, down 7.94 just this morning. Then you got the Cathie Woods all up. Now, why would that be true? Oh, you've guessed it already again. It's 100% a fact that the bonds, I think, are now permanently under 4. Let's take a look here. We're down 1.6 basis points this morning at 3.993. I suspect it would be really hard for them to go back over 4. They could, but I think we've done it. I think we've cracked it. We've got oil this morning, as I mentioned. The only asset class that's down is down 0.4 cents. 40 cents at $57.14. We've got natural gas up 8.41% at 3.261. You've got gold up $121 a share. So this is the one place where I've been, my prediction is still true. It's just that the analysis so far is a little shaky. I did not expect it to go back up this morning, 4,334. So it wouldn't take much to get it over 4,400, in which case I would be wrong. Silver is up 1.97 at $51.09, and copper is up 0.91% at $5.14 again. We've got the US dollar mixed, so there you go. There's another asset class that's not quite, but it's mixed. And Bitcoin back up almost 2,000 at 111,000. Ethereum up 1.1% over 4,000 again, 4,031. And that is the story for today, except maybe I will look at Tesla just before we leave. Okay, so what have I got here? I have got regular programming coming up today. Larry Goldberg, followed by Brian White. Just a normal old day, but it's phenomenal. I mean, how much better can it get than Larry and Brian? And then, and then what you want to go back and look at, as I mentioned, was that video I did, I think it was Sunday morning. I really do this huge analysis, which I did with Grok and with other kinds of information that I wanted to pull in. And what we're looking at is, can these asset classes continue to go crazy like this? And can the S&P go to 7,100, which is my number, or 7,000, which is Tom Lee's number? What about gold? Is it going to go above 4,400? I don't know, but we're going to find out soon. What about Ethereum and Bitcoin? They're beaten down a little bit right now, but will they go to all-time highs? Again, I hate to use his name twice so quickly, but Tom Lee thinks that they're going to double in the rest of this year. So what are the possibilities? What is happening? Why are we in this weird situation? I try to look at the whys and the wherefores, and then therefore help us to understand what could happen going forward on all of that. The card will be right there. By the way, the book is literally minutes or hours away from being done. I should be getting it off to Amazon later today, which means maybe tomorrow I'll be able to open the early orders. So get your finger ready to push that Amazon button and get your order in early. Hopefully that will be tomorrow morning. All right, that's all I got for. Oh, I did promise you that I would go back and look at Tesla just one last time and see about the same, 445 and 29 cents. I'll take it. Oh, what do I think is going to happen before the meeting? This is always the hardest thing to know. I think it'll continue up. I think we might be at 470 again. I think that's the most likely number. Will be 470 before the meeting, and then depending on Elon's mood and enthusiasm and his ability to, talk about the future, and that there's no, real major kinds of things that are shockingly negative, all-time high sometime, maybe a week later. All right, that's where I'm sitting, and it's been great talking to you.